Hello everybody, Colleen here. Welcome to Get Our Creations. Thanks for stopping by. I made this yesterday, a random little craft I happened to sit down to unintentionally, as per usual. I was watching I had intended to start a new journal, but I got sidetracked watching Tracy Fox. Somehow she appeared on my YouTube. I follow her, but anyway. So she did a tutorial on collaging book pages and I just got mesmerized. So I started to sit down and I put 4 pages together. This is what is the result. And then I lost her channel, the video quit, and I couldn't find it. So I have no idea if this was done as she would do it, but really there's no rules. It's collaging. You're tearing scraps of paper and you are having fun. I ended up doing some Mod Podge afterwards, just for, I don't know, just for some fun. And then I took my dog for a walk just now, came home, flipped this over, and I threw some pieces on the back for extra reinforcement of scraps, obviously. Different projects I've worked on over the year and whatnot. I have bins of scraps, so this is the perfect way to use up your scraps. My intention with this is to cut them into tags, into journaling cards, depending on what project I'm going to be working on. There was no rhyme or reason to this, so, but yeah, I mean, how fun is this? It's just a bunch of torn up pieces of paper. So all you need, I thought I would do a quick video on this, and for anybody that has never done one, I imagine most of you have. But I've had a few people ask me to do a tutorial, so here we go. All you need is some book pages. So I have 4 book pages I'm going to place like this in front of me. I'll probably start with just placing 2 in front of me like this. And then I'll secure them to each other first, and then I'll add the pages as I go. So all you need is book pages. I use a book to glue on, just instead of marking up my mat. And I went into my bin and I randomly grabbed pieces of paper. I do like to use copy paper, not cardstock for these. They bend better and whatnot. That's my personal preference. I'm sure you could do whatever your little heart desires. Oh, see, this is cardstock. So this is going in a different pile. Yeah, so this is it. Just a bunch of scrap paper from my bin. So here we go. Let's have some fun. All right. So I'm just going to overlap. You don't have, if you cut your book pages out without tearing them, you don't need to do what I'm doing. I'm going to overlap them a bit. If they're straight line to each other, you just do this and then you use your first strip of paper and glue it together. I'm just going to overlap it a bit though, just cause. Okay, I use Scotch Create. I'm not sure how much I have left of this. If I run out, I'm going to try some of this craft bond. I'm not hopeful. So I might have to, I'm not sure what. I don't want to use my beads of glue for something like this. It's not necessary. So we'll see how far I get with this. So I'm going to start with a piece of scrap coffee dye. So I start ripping. And this is going to seal the seam here. So I'm just going to glue like this on my glue book. It's also my, I also use it for making my holes in my journal spines, but that's okay. Books have many, many purposes, as we all know. Here we go. Oh, let's try to get it a little bit even here. Come on. Okay, here we go. There, down it goes, just like that. Nothing to it, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna put it this way now, just to give it some extra reinforcement. And you don't have to have every inch glued down, because as you layer it, it's going to take care of itself. Okay, so I'm gonna rip this up. Some people take the edge of the white off, which is probably a good idea. So I'm going to do this here. You don't have to have them all going in the same direction. Am I in camera here? I better pay attention to that. Yeah, just again, I've done this once before, quite a few months back. And I got a lot of tags and whatnot out of the deal here, so I just loved it. And you can, of course, cut them into journaling cards and pockets and pocket tucks and all kinds of fun stuff. So what I noticed Tracy does is she starts with bigger pieces first. So actually, I'm just going to glue right on page here, since we're going to end up adding pieces here and there. So my inclination is usually to put the straight sides with the straight. So that I'm going to stick to that. Stick to what I feel comfortable doing. So yeah, you're just literally I'm not putting a lot of thought into this. It is good to be a little bit, I suppose, cohesive in what you place, depending, again, it depends what you're using this for. I don't have anything in particular per se that I'm going to use this for, so it will be used, but we have no idea how. I'm just going to add this piece there, and maybe, oh, let's stick another one there. There's just something about paper, no matter what you do with it. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? I just love working with paper. Get rid of that book. I don't need it. Let's see. Oh, this is a nice. Look at that. Look at this piece of scrap. How beautiful. So, you know what? I'm just going to put her right down in the middle, sideways. Because that's another thing. You don't want everything looking perfect. Well, you can, if you so choose, but not me. We're just going to have some random fun. I just love how it overlaps and layers. And of course, it starts to get, you know, more secure, this paper. I'm going to tear the void off, I guess. You don't have to, but I think I will. Well, that looks like a good place for that right there. You know what? I better use my book, my glue book. The other thing with doing something like this is you don't have to put much thought into it. You can play the music, your music if you listen to music when you craft, or watch or listen to other tutorials. It's just, sometimes it's just nice to have a diversion from making journals. Although, I love making journals too, but sometimes doing other little crafts is fun too. And this obviously is going to be for a journal, so it's always related. You can never have too much ephemera. I have drawers full of ephemera I've made. Drawers and containers. Never use it up, but I seem to always make more. Okay, let's add a bit more color now. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. We're going for this. I'm going to just tear it right down. And we'll do that. So I'm only going to do, I'll do this video maybe a 30-minute. And once it's done, it's done. So I'll work a little bit quicker to see if I can get it to the point where I feel like I've added enough, and then I can cut a few tags just to show you. Or actually I can do that with the one I finished yesterday even. So now we're going to add another page, okay? It doesn't have to be upright. It can be whatever. Okay, Colleen, pay attention. Okay, I'm in video. So line it up just like I did the first two. And you're going to use your scraps to meld them together. And to all you book lovers, I'm sure you're cringing. I know you are. But to be honest, these are books found in thrift stores, not used otherwise, sitting in back shelves in the corner. So we're just, us book alterating book people, we do have good intentions, just to give our books new life and purpose. But yeah, I know that to avid readers, it's probably painful to watch. All right, so we'll stick this here. And so you can see how the pages all kind of end up. You can go as long as you want. I've seen people do like, I don't know, 10 pages long. I don't typically, because I have to find a spot for it then. And it's not that simple to find a spot for that kind of a long roll of collaged paper. But I can see how it's done. It's fun. It's sometimes hard to stop. Okay, that's going right here. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a cute page. Oh yeah, that's going to be cute. So you start with the bigger pieces, and then you use the smaller ones to bring it all together, more or less, if you want. I use bigger pieces just underneath for the base, because it's quicker, number one, to get your pages secure. And you all know how I like to do things quickly. I don't fuss too long on something. So you see, it's random. There is not much thought going on here. And it's just super fun. I like words too. I like words to be seen. Numbers. I'm going to put this, let's see now, that's going to be here. Let's rip that down. Yeah, see, I just love it. It's just, I'm going to take this page out though, because it's pretty gluey. All right. This Scotch Create is such great glue for a glue stick. Once it's down, it's down. All right, here we go. Mounting this piece right there. Probably could have taken that off, but I also, I don't know if you can see it here, but I also, at the end, I'll take my, I forget what you call this kind of a dabber, but anyways, my swoosher with some ink, and I kind of give it some ink shades just to kind of blend it all together. I don't know, like I said, if you can tell. But that's what I'll do afterwards. Okay, this is a cute page with some music lines. I also like that purple. You know what? I'm going to use my scissors because I don't want to tear the purple off. Okay. Where will I put this? Let's maybe put it right there. Okay, perfect. What's everybody working on today? It's always fun to know, fun to read what people are working on. Hopefully it's something crafty. Let's see. Oh, this is cute. This is nice. I like those piano keys. Maybe we'll do it there. No, I don't want the piano keys to be overlapping with the music. So I'm just going to cut this at the bottom a bit. I do like to when I am working around the edges to add the straighter lines pieces, because I don't know, you always end up cutting them off anyways, but that's okay. Everybody will find their own way of doing something. And nobody's right and nobody's wrong. Okay, so you can see there's different patterns. There's words, music notes, lines, busy pattern, floral, plain. That's something I need to put a little bit more plain. The best thing to do is use, oh, I don't have any strips in front of me here. I should have planned that better. Some coffee dyed strips, but you know what? This will do. This is plain too. It's just something about using coffee dye. I love it. Okay. I think I'll put that right there. And then we'll add a couple pieces for a focal point. Like maybe some butterflies. I love working with butterflies. And the more layers you add, the more reinforced the pages are, which works well. Oh, there's a piece in front of me. We're going to put it right there. I mean, you could keep going and then it just becomes thicker, and it depends how bulky you want your ephemera pieces in your journal. I mean, I tend to make journals that are way too fat and full of stuff, so I have to try to make sure I don't make these too excuse me, bulky. Okay, let's use some. I have some butterflies. Let's see what we can do. There's one there. Maybe put a blue one right there. Oh, I like that. This is only turning out to be a 2-page, but we can still add more, and I will do that. So there's one butterfly down. This page here. You'll find if your page gets gluey, you're gonna tear it off. And whoops! Ooh, that was close. Wrong way. Here's some blue. There we go. There, that's kind of nice. A couple brings your eye to right to those spots, which is nice. See, I could keep going here. I truly could. But you know what? Let's add another page. Maybe this will be, we'll just maybe stop at 3 pages. I'm not even sure if this is in frame anymore. I apologize if it's not. It looks like I might squeeze one more in here in the frame. Okay. Okay, so again, we're working with the seam. So I do want a longer piece. And here is a long piece. Chop it here. So I think with this, I'm going to eyeball the actual page itself. And see how much we can fill here. You don't have to worry too much about the seam and how straight it is and whatnot, because you're gonna turn it over and you're gonna add some more anyway. So I'm doing this the awkward way because usually it's much easier to glue the piece you're using. Now I'm trying to fill that spot I put glue on. It's a little more tedious. So I'm sure by now you've got the point here, or the gist of how to do these. It's not a lot of thought. It's not hard. You just have to do it. You just have to start. Put this little page here. I'm not using too many florals, am I? I like using florals. Okay, let's see. Here's another. You start sticking to your fingers. So let's put this here. How are we doing here? Okay, here we go. If you're doing, say, a vintage, say a vintage writing ledger style, perfect for that journal, then you could really make these theme related. Look at that, I love it. Okay, you could make them theme related. And that's great, because then every piece that you cut off this collaged roll will suit that journal. And you can cut these, like I said, into anything. You can cut them into tags, into pockets, you know, just various pieces of ephemera. You getting the view well enough here, you guys? Okay, because I have some green, I'm going to bring some more green in here. And I like to do some wonky shapes. Wonky's good. Oopsie. Sorry about that, you guys. That was probably loud. Okay. Let's see. I didn't do the straight side along with the straight edge, but that's okay. No problem. We'll cover it anyways. Oh, look at that. I have some coffee dye here. Yay. All right. There's a nice spot right here. And I'm going to do it angled. This is a book that I've had for a long time now. Since I started paper crafting, it's working its way down to nothing here. Okay, let's do angled like that. And a couple of strips maybe. Let's see. Do I want a strip there? Not really. I'm not feeling it. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, that's cardstock. Oh, this too. Okay. Yeah, I'm noticing I'm finding a lot of numbers and whatnot. Numbers and crosswords and stuff, but that's okay because these are nice and bold, and they draw your attention really, really well. So let's do that. I'm just going to glue carefully on this page. So I'm going to put the numbers upside down just because. Okay. It's a little on the sticky side. Okay. Oh, now we have some stripes. See that piece right here? Let's see. I feel like we need something stripey going on. since we have a plethora of other patterns, let's do some stripes. You also want to be mindful of, so I've put quite a bit right there, so that's a nice reinforced spot. Now, where haven't I? I feel like we're lacking something. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to do it right here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to call this one near done so I can move on with this video and show y'all what else I tend to do. Okay, here we go. Maybe just take your hand, you can go across like this and you'll feel if there's little corners that need to be glued down. So like I said yesterday, the project I did do some Mod Podge over it. You can see the shine. Some of you may not prefer that. I did it for fun to see what would happen. I didn't do it to the back. I didn't even ink the back because technically speaking, because it's the back of all my ephemera pieces, I'm probably going to cover it with coffee dyed anyways for journaling spots. So, but yeah. So I'm going to take now, I'll close up my glue. I'll just get rid of a few odds and ends here. Take everything aside. And I'm going to show you now what I do with some ink. So I'm just going to go around and sort of highlight little pieces or little areas of this collage. See, can you tell already how it kind of highlights? This is how I work, you guys. I just start, I don't waste too many minutes thinking, what will I do with it? How will I, well, I mean, for something like this, obviously, you know, a little more thought goes into when you're making your journals, but I do try to get less caught up with thinking it has to be perfect. I have to glue that right there a bit better. I'll glue the edge here. So yeah, add a little more. And I'm going to take my other project from yesterday and I'm going to cut a couple tags just to show you what it. There, so there we have a little inking highlight. I don't know if this makes any difference to you for the lighting, with the lighting or not, but so I'm going to add more to this just to bring some continuity into it a little bit, but I just wanted to give you an idea because this is just one single strip here. You know, you're going to add more for reinforcement, but I just wanted to give you a quick overview of how these are done. So you can do the back, or you can just cover it with coffee dye paper, whatever, that's fine too. But this just gives you an idea. Okay, I'm going to cut a tag out of this one now. And let's see, what did I do with my scissors? Here we go. Now, I like big tags because my journals are on the bigger side of things. I do like to, but I do want to, with my tags, I do want to, let's see here. I want to have some straight lines, so I am going to, this will make a cute tag right there. I'm going to grab my pen. And I'm just gonna draw. This is probably a good size tag too. I'm just gonna draw a straight line right down the middle. or right down the section there. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut. I'm going to cut right down that line. And when you're cutting, you're going to feel, you're going to have to squeeze your scissors a little harder here and there. Like right now, I'm cutting through probably layers. There you go. So this side's wonky, which, you know what, that's okay too. I think I'm going to make this into two smaller tags. Okay, now I'm going to do the corner like this and like this. Maybe I'll okay, on there. And this will be the top. Okay, now there's 2 tags, but I'm not done. I'm going to finish these tags to show you a bit of my process. And I'll use this for inking. I will go around the tags with some ink here. And I'm going to cover this with copy dyed, so here I'm inking anyway, but okay, that's that. Now I'm going to pop a couple holes, and I do use my pen just because I'm notorious for punching holes not centered, and while they don't have to be, it does bother me a bit. So here's my crocodile. I'm going to put a hole there and a hole here. Okay, and let's see. I sometimes put eyelets in here. I won't because this is thicker, so I don't feel the need, although the purpose of eyelets is for look too. But that's okay. We're not going to do it this time around. This is muslin sitting around. See how cute is that? So there we have one tag, and you could also layer it. You could add little things to it or not. It's certainly personal preference. I won't today because I'm not sure exactly what I'm using these for. But this is too thick, so I'm going to now just pull it. And remember all these frayed pieces? Oh yeah, I love that when it frays. So this is what I was talking about in a previous video. You pull the fray off each piece here. And rather than throw out the fray, some of you may, if it's not going to stick to my gluey fingers, some of you may remember what I do is I put it in here, because these little bundles of frayed fabrics and stuff make good clusters underneath things. So I do tend to use it up. Nothing goes to waste. At least I try not to. Now this is still a little on the thicker side, but that's okay. That's all right. We're working with it. These are sturdy, so it can handle it. So pull this through. And voila. So there we have a couple of tags, just like that. Simple dimple. Put some plain paper on the back for journaling spots, and they make cute tags. So that is one idea. You can, I would also, what I will be doing, in fact, maybe I'll do it now. How many minutes do I have left? Oh, I'm over 30. Interesting. Okay. Oh, well, then I'm just going to end it here. But you could cut some squared or rectangular journaling cards, whatever you need. You can just use this. It's a multi-purpose project. and it serves many different purposes. So I hope you guys liked this. I hope it makes sense. I hope that you'll try your own if you haven't already. I know most people probably have, but here's the one we did today. I will reinforce the back yet, add a few more things, a couple more focal points, nice big rows or something, and I will Mod Podge it. Maybe, maybe not, but either way, you'll probably see these in some of my projects coming up, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video.